2 more tested for Hendra virus as calls for a vaccine intensify.
It will happen again.
Too little or too much tax? The new battle for hearts and minds.
17% company tax for domestic miners, 13% for multinational companies.
58%, by far the world's highest tax on mining.
A scathing review expected over the handling of the Black Saturday disaster. And the Lions crashed to a 5th straight defeat in Adelaide. Good evening, Anne Kruiger with ABC News. 2 more people face an agonising wait for test results as pressure mounts on governments to finance a trial of a vaccine against the deadly Hendra virus. 11 people who have been in contact with a horse infected with the virus have been tested for the disease, with more results expected tomorrow afternoon. A vaccine for horses has been developed but can't be used because $600,000 is needed to fund clinical trials. The public slanging match over the proposed super profits tax has taken another turn as the government and mining companies unveil new strategies to win over the public. Tomorrow, the mining lobby will start a nationwide advertising blitz, which claims the new tax will increase the cost of living and hurt retirees' investments. But the government's preempted the campaign, arguing that miners are already getting a sweet deal. The Victorian government is steeling itself for a scathing assessment of its handling of the Black Saturday disaster. Lawyers assisting the Victorian Bushfires Royal Commission are set to recommend the controversial stay-or-go policy be scrapped and have condemned the lack of progress on establishing bushfire refuges. The attack comes as the Commission enters the final week of hearings. Investigators in India are looking for clues into what caused yesterday's plane crash that killed 158 people. The flight from Dubai crashed upon landing in the southern Indian city of Mangalore. It was carrying more than 160 people, all Indian nationals. Only 8 survived the disaster. The overnight curfew in Bangkok and several provinces is being extended, despite assurances from the Thai Prime Minister that the country is returning to normal. The government is still searching for protest leaders after weeks of violence on the streets of the capital and says an election will be called when it's clear the security situation is under control. The ABC's Foreign Affairs editor, Peter Cave, is in Bangkok. The search for a man wanted for questioning over the murder of a missing Perth businessman is intensifying around North Queensland. Armed with an arrest warrant, detectives from Perth have flown to Townsville and today renewed their appeal for help in the search for Craig Puddy's business associate Cameron Mansell. A man and a woman have plunged to their deaths in separate incidents in Queensland. A base jumper died after he leapt from Wallerman Falls, west of Ingham this morning. It's believed his chute failed to open. The man's body won't be recovered until tomorrow because of bad weather. And a 46-year-old woman died after she fell from a Gold Coast high-rise at daybreak. Police say she was climbing between balconies. It's the leading cause of blindness in Australia, but most people don't even know the symptoms. Macular degeneration affects 1 in 7 people over 50, and every year nearly 18,000 new cases are diagnosed. Smokers and those with a family history are particularly vulnerable, but you don't have to smoke or be in a particular age group to get it. Jessica Watson sailed around the world at 16. Now a 13-year-old has become the youngest person to climb Mount Everest. Jordan Romero from California scaled the peak from the Tibetan side. When he reached the summit of Everest, he rang home. Now, a reminder of tonight's top story. The number of people tested for Hendra virus climbs to 11 as calls grow for vaccine funding. And later in the bulletin, a 5th straight loss has the Brisbane Lions licking their wounds. To sport now, the Queensland State of Origin side has had another injury scare at its Sunshine Coast training camp. Centre Greg Inglis was left mildly concussed after colliding with teammate Willie Tonga this afternoon. With representative players on State of Origin duty, 3 of the NRL's top 6 teams have been beaten. Last night the Eels went down to the Sharks. Today the Warriors upset the Rabbitohs and the Canberra Raiders defeated the Dragons. The Brisbane Lions have slumped to their 5th straight loss, going down to Adelaide by 2 goals at Football Park. In today's other games, the Hawks thrash Carlton, while St Kilda leads the West Coast in Perth. In Adelaide, the Lions matched it with the Crows for most of the match before wasting several scoring opportunities in the final term. The Waratahs' hopes of reaching a third Super 14 final have been dashed by the Stormers in Cape Town. It'll be an all-South African final next weekend in Soweto after the Bulls beat New Zealand's Crusaders in the earlier match. The Waratahs were unable to crack the Stormers' defence, and after 15 seasons, they're still waiting for a championship win. Queensland has gone down to the Thunderbirds by 2 goals in today's Trans-Tasman netball game in Adelaide. The 53-51 loss leaves the Firebirds in 6th place with 4 rounds remaining. The Socceroos take their World Cup preparation up a notch when they face New Zealand at the MCG tomorrow night. Both sides go into the game knowing tougher challenges lie ahead in South Africa. Tim Cullinan reports. In club football, it doesn't get much bigger than the European Championships League final. After years of domination by English and Spanish clubs, Italy's Inter Milan has broken through, defeating Bayern Munich overnight 2-0. Ben Worsley reports. Weather time now. Cloud increased over southern parts of the state today. Temperatures were above average in Western Queensland. Elsewhere in the state it was generally within a couple of degrees of the average. In the north, Weipa reached 33, Cairns 29, Townsville 28, Mount Isa 31, Longreach 29 and Rockhampton got to a top of 26 degrees. In the south, Bundaberg reached 25, Roma 23, Toowoomba 27 and the Sunshine Coast 23 and the Gold Coast 23. Brisbane reached 23, Ipswich an overnight low of 5 before a top of 23. To rainfall until 3 p.m. today, isolated showers about the southeast and north tropical coasts. Only falls of 3 millimetres or less were recorded. So straight onto the satellite photo, and bright looking cloud in Western Queensland in jet stream winds is not generating any rain. Low cloud on the east coast in onshore winds is bringing isolated showers. The rest of the state is mostly clear under the influence of a high pressure ridge, leading to a cool evening. A more intense low and cold front are moving east across the Great Australian Bight. That's with increasing cloud over southwest Queensland. So taking a look interstate now, and late rain for Sydney, a late shower for Canberra, rain developing in Melbourne, showers for Adelaide, cloudy in Perth. And around the state tomorrow, in northern districts, isolated showers about the east coast and also developing inland. In the west, patchy rain in the southwest tonight, rain and isolated thunderstorms spreading throughout during Monday. To central parts, isolated showers developing about the Capricornia coast during Monday morning, cloud increasing over the far southern highlands during Monday with patchy rain. In the southeast, isolated light showers this evening, becoming more widespread about the coast overnight. More substantial but not really heavy showers tomorrow, east of the Great Divide. An upper level trough will increase cloud from the west as well tomorrow, with associated rain periods developing during the day. The Sunshine Coast and the Gold Coast can expect late rain developing and a top of 23 degrees. Toowoomba a top of 18, and for Brisbane showers increasing, a top of 24 and late rain for Ipswich. Over the next week, a possible storm Tuesday, mainly fine from Wednesday, a shower or 2 again on Saturday. And on Moreton Bay, south-southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas to 1 metre, and the first high tide tomorrow is just after 6 o'clock in the morning. And that's all in the weather. Now, a quick recap of tonight's main stories. 2 more people undergo tests for Hendra virus as pressure mounts on state and federal governments to fund a vaccine trial. And public debate over the federal government's new mining tax intensifies, with both sides unveiling new strategies. That's ABC News for this Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.